Hey guys, I am Nurse Mo, and a lot of you asked me how I pack for a vacation. So for me, I like to pack light but still fashionable. So I'm going to show you guys my tips and tricks to packing for a 10-day vacation in a carry-on. Yeah girl, I said a 10-day vacation in hand luggage in a carry-on bag. Trust me, I'm going to show you guys how to do this and make it cute. So I'm gonna go over what I packed with you guys, and then you can see how the outfit actually turned out. So I actually don't have fancy luggage. My luggage I've had for years. It's not sponsored. It's by Samsonite. I love it because it's regulated by pretty much every airline. It fits the requirements, but it extends and it gets bigger, and then it has the 4-way wheel, so I can push it or pull it, which is pretty cool. And I just got this gold color because it was at Marshall's or TJ Maxx or something like that. And then I put my logo for my brand, the Resilient Nurse, on my luggage tag, so nobody can take my luggage or mistake my luggage. So it's property of Nurse Mo right here. But this luggage is really great, and I'll show you more about what goes inside of it and how much I can fit in it. But it's a really awesome bag. It's kind of beat up, but I'm just not ready to part with her yet. Other thing is my backpack. This is a backpack by Herschel. It's the larger bag. It is amazing. Honestly, on my next vacation, international, I plan to pack everything that I need in this bag. It can hold a whole lot, and I'll show you guys everything it holds in a second. But it's super comfortable. It has all these cushions on the back, so it's padded. Not the most fashionable item ever, but not super flashy, and it gets the job done. It holds a lot of stuff, and it fits comfortably under your seat. So this bag's by Herschel. Again, not sponsored, but just an amazing bag that I love. And I have one of my statements from my brand on the luggage tag. You'll notice that there's no flat iron or hair products in my tutorial. Not many or blow dryers, any of that stuff, because I chose to get braids. They're very easy to maintain, and it was one less thing that I had to pack, being a flat iron, a blow dryer, hair products, all that stuff. So I left that out. So let's go over what I packed as far as clothes go. So I always like to start with shoes. So for Europe, one of the things that I will suggest over and over again is to choose the most comfortable shoe that you have and bring it. Don't go buy a bunch of new shoes because you probably won't wear them. Especially for us solo female travelers, there's no reason to bring heels. In Europe, there's a lot of cobblestone, there's a lot of walking. The party life, the club scene in Lisbon is insane. I partied until 8 a.m. in the morning, and I wore flats to the club, and nobody noticed and no one cared, and I was comfortable. So I definitely suggest leaving heels out or waiting till you get there to feel out the vibe and maybe buying heels. But on my 3 different trips to Europe, I never brought heels. So shoes. So these were my everyday run-around shoes. I wore these with everything because they're comfortable. I chose a really fun color to get for this trip just because I wanted to pop a color, and most of the clothes that I packed were black. So I just wanted to pop a color, but the main important thing about these shoes was that I could run a marathon in them easily. These were my fancier shoe, but not so fancy. These are just a Reebok Classic. They're super soft, super cozy, comfortable. They're beat up now. They were a lot fresher before I left. But I was able to wear these a lot, and they also have like really cool European vibes, so they weren't like an athletic shoe, more of a walking shoe is what they would call it there. Then these boots right here were my fancy smancy boots that I wore out on like to the club, to dinner, things like that. And I chose white instead of black because it's a fun color. I went in April, and that is like springtime, so I wanted something white. But these are also really heavy and really hard, so they weren't appropriate for my daytime walking activities. So now let's get to clothes. So the first thing that I suggest packing is your airline clothes, because believe it or not, when traveling internationally, especially for me, I flew 9 hours to London, and then I had to fly, I believe, 4 more hours to Barcelona. So it was a very long day. So I basically wanted something that I was super comfortable in. So I always invest, not sponsored, in Lululemon leggings. These leggings are amazing, and they have compression in them, and the nurse in me is terrified of getting deep vein thrombosis from flying. When you're in the air for 9 hours or more, you're at risk for a blood clot. So I want compression, meaning that's something that's really tight that constricts my muscles. So these are cozy, comfortable, and I know this is gonna sound a little gross, but you can wear them 5 or 6 times without them getting stretched out, losing their shape, or having any type of odor or anything like that. Super comfortable, amazing leggings from Lululemon. Definitely suggest them. This is one of my scrub tops actually. It's from Cherokee Infinity, but just any super soft, cozy, stretchy. This is really soft. So you just want something for the plane. It's not for fashion, but you can still be fashionable. Something that was really cozy and comfortable, but still tight enough that you have that compression for 9 hours of flying. Oh my goodness. This sweatshirt that I got from Nordstrom Rack with the bell sleeves, which is super cozy and warm. So I chose that and I wore that on the airline. So that is now out of my bag. So that's out of the equation, okay? So once you pack your airport look, of course you want to bring your airport shoes. So again, I wanted something that I could literally live my life in, so I chose these. And I also bring fuzzy socks on the plane, and I'll show you what my backpack looked like. So after picking out my look for the airline, for my long flight, I lay out everything that I want to bring. These are mom jeans that I got from Urban Outfitters a little while ago. They're super comfortable, cozy, and they're kind of loose fitted, relaxed fit. So I could wear them a couple times without noticing that they lost their shape. So then I also packed every lady's favorite, not sponsored again, Fashion Nova jeans. They don't lose their shape. You can wear them a million times. And this was for the days I wanted to show the booty and the curves and the high-waisted and the snatchness, you know, all that. So the Fashion Nova jeans came with me too. And you see they're a lot smaller than the mom jeans. These were really fun. I knew that I had booked a day with a photographer. And I wanted something that was really colorful and fun because it was springtime. So these pants are from Urban Outfitters again, really fun. And my plan was to wear a t-shirt with them, but the weather did not permit. Another pair of pants that I brought were these black flowy pants that are kind of cropped, really cool pants. I really liked these because I was able to layer underneath them with my leggings when I was out and about. They were nice for going out with a white boot, or they were really nice for just putting on a sweatshirt and being cozy. I brought another pair of Lulu leggings for the days that I thought I wanted to run, even though I didn't get any running done. But the days I just wanted to be super cozy, throw on a sweatshirt and be warm and have some compression. And for the many other travel days that I had, I took trains, Ubers, cars, buses, so this was a great option to have. Ladies, always bring a pair of leggings, an extra pair. So I traveled during spring, but spring in Europe can be anywhere from 80 degrees to 50 degrees. And when I was there, it was more on the 50-degree side. Definitely check the weather before leaving and pack lots of options. So this is just a black turtleneck that I wore almost every day under everything because it was really cold at the time that I was there, so I did a lot of layering. This is a really fun leopard shirt I brought just for a pop of color to wear on the nights that we went to the club, for the turn up, for dinner, just something fun. It's always good to have a black blouse. It's silk. It's actually supposed to be wrinkled, so that was one of the reasons that I brought it, because most of the places that I stayed at did not have an iron. So good thing that it was supposed to be wrinkled. This piece got worn a whole lot. It was my very cozy red sweater. I wore this with jeans, leggings, shirt, like everything, because it was colder than I expected, but this red sweater held me down. So shout out to Toby Style for this sweater because it held me down and I wore it with a lot of things. So one thing I brought was a t-shirt. It's always good to have just like a graphic tee to wear with different things. And as you guys can see, you're starting to see a color scheme. It's black, nudes, reds, with a pop of print every now and then. So I brought this shirt, sassy, really fun shirt. So one of the other things that was just like such a great piece for me was this dress. It's actually a dress and a blazer. So I was able to wear it as a jacket or as a blazer dress out. So you guys will see how all these fits end up coming out. Over here are my jammies, and I'll show you guys how I packed them. You don't need to see my jammies. They're from Target. This is a red trench that I packed, and it was an amazing piece for fashion, just for that pop of color that we all love. And it really fit the vibe of all the European countries I traveled to. This was my piece that took up a lot of space, but was very fashionable and lovely. So a packable puffer, this thing was 20 bucks and it saved my life. I definitely suggest bringing one of these anywhere you go in Europe during the spring, winter, fall months with a hood, okay? Because it rains and it gets really windy and really cold. My glasses got blown off of my face, all right? So I brought this because it's really easy to pack, not the cutest, but super warm for my days that I'm being touristy. I love fanny packs when traveling because you are less likely to touch my crotch area, to steal my things than you would to go in my purse. So this is my Adidas fanny pack. I got this for the days that I was traveling because the size of this fanny pack is huge. You're able to put your keys, your charger, your passport, your portable charger, anything you can think of. I brought my red Gucci fanny pack that goes with pretty much everything. Super soft, cozy, cute. And then it doubles as kind of like a makeup case or whatever you want to use for it. And I actually also wore this on the plane too. So we'll leave it out. This bag is my everyday black bag that I wear at home. It's by Balenciaga. It was a little bit of a splurge, but I definitely love it. It's a mini, so it's really packable and I can fold it up really small and it literally goes with everything. If Balenciaga is a bit of a splurge for you, no worry girl, go to H&M, Target, somewhere like that, and they make some type of mini. A black mini will take you a long way. I brought a tote because this is really nice when I would be out and about and just have on my fanny pack, doing all my tourist activities. I would need somewhere to actually put my things. Like, you know, sometimes I would want to bring a scarf or a magazine or a book. So it didn't always fit in my fanny pack and I didn't want to carry a big purse. But this could go in my jacket pocket and fold back up. So I always keep a tote with me in my bag. Final thing is a big old scarf, which serves as a blanket too when on the plane. This is just if you're traveling in the spring, fall, or winter. If you're traveling in the summer, your clothes are a lot lighter and it's a lot easier for you to pack. So now we have everything we need. My undies, I'm gonna keep those private, but I'll show you guys where I pack them. But I definitely suggest packing nude or black underwear because it goes with everything. If you see, you can't see it through anything. So nude or black underwear is the key. And pack enough underwear for all the days you're there. Okay guys, so it's a little messy. I never said packing was gonna be smooth, beautiful, and easy, but we're gonna get it done. A lot of the things that I brought, I could have left. I'll show you guys in the pictures exactly what I wore and how I wore them. But let's show you guys how I put everything in the bag and how I pack. So the first thing I like to do is pack my shoes. This bag has compartments. There's this part with a hidden zipper separator here. Some pockets over here, which is really cool, but it's not very big as you can see. So I like to start with my shoes, and every time I pack my shoes, I just think about germs, so I don't want them touching my clothes. So I keep them separate from everything else. Slippers, shower shoes with me where I go. I stayed in a hostel where I shared a bathroom with 5 women. Necessary. I also stayed in a 5-star hotel. Still necessary. Germs. So my shoes are packed. And I'll just zip this little area up. So now that still leaves me a whole bunch of free space. But I'm gonna switch over to this side to pack all my clothing. As much stuff as I can. So I'm gonna move these out of the equation. So I brought 3 pairs of shoes and 1 pair of shower shoes. And these go on the plane. So they're out of the equation now. One thing I definitely suggest is packing cubes. I don't think that they're absolutely necessary, but you can get a lot more things in your bag by using packing cubes. So these came from Amazon for around 20 bucks for a pack of, I believe, 7. I probably used 4. So before using my packing cubes, which I'll show you guys later, I'm gonna put the really heavy things that take up a lot of space in the bottom of my bag. I'm also gonna put this at the bottom of my bag. And then on top of this, I'll start to place my packing cubes. in the largest part of my bag, I'm gonna pack pants because I feel like they take up the most space. And I was a little bit of a diva and brought a lot of pants. So I'll show you guys how you pack them. So we're gonna fold them. And I'm not the best folder, guys. I'm not an expert. So if you have any tips, let me know, because I'm just doing what works for me. Now in my packing cube number 1, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm not even folding neatly. So I have a little extra room, so what I'm gonna do is utilize that for my pajama pants. And I always like to put my pajamas on top because when I land, I'm normally tired, and that's gonna be one of the first things I wanna do. So you always want to zip your packing cube and make sure everything is contained. So packing cube number 1 is already done. For my shirts, this is a tiny little cube, and I'm going to put all of my shirts in here. So when packing with the packing cube, you want to leave it out first, fill it up, and then put it in your bag if you can, if your bag's already somewhat packed. All my shirts are already packed again, so again, I'm gonna top it off with all my pajama shirts. So again, I'm not the neatest packer, but it's all done. So all my shirts and clothes are completely packed in here, and I still have another half of my bag left. So I'm gonna take this area and just zip it, and just be done with it. Shoes, clothes, and pajamas all on one side of the carry-on, which is a beautiful thing. So the next thing I want to do is pack my accessories. So I keep my accessories to a minimum, of course, but we went over the bags and fanny packs that I want to bring. So I'm gonna wear my red Gucci fanny pack that I showed you guys on the plane. So all I have to pack is my Adidas fanny pack, which I'm gonna put some of my accessories inside of here, like necklaces, watches, things like that can go inside of there. Then I will take this tote and put it inside of the black mini bag. This is also a great time to add in your safe credit card. It's always good to put it in a purse at the bottom, just in case something happens to your other things. Another option is always to wear your heavier items on the plane, but I was traveling from LA and it was 90 degrees, so I packed my coats in my bag. My big red coat is now in this little tiny bag. And my bag is packed and ready to go, but there's still lots of space. I could wear this home if I wanted to, and that would eliminate a whole lot of space. I wore this a lot throughout my trip to the airport so that I can shop more, and I ended up leaving with a lot more stuff than I came with, which is part of the beauty of traveling. So if I need to, I have more space. So I just take this here, I call it my little seat belt, and I'm ready to close my bag. And as you guys can see, I'm closing it with ease. I'm not sitting on top of my bag because that's insane. That's for when you come back from vacation. I was able to close my bag with complete ease, and if I needed to, later on, I can always add more things to the bag. But when going, you always want to travel super light. So going, this is absolutely all I needed in my rollaway bag. Now that we've packed our suitcase and it's all ready to go, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I pack in my bag and why and how. This is my big old book bag that I bring with me. It's my personal item. So the first thing I always pack is my laptop. I absolutely cannot live without my laptop. I run a website. I absolutely need it. It's coming with me. I have a really light clear case, so it keeps it easy. There is a sleeve in the back of my backpack, as you can see right here, and it keeps it separate, makes it really easy to pull out in security, and I just slide it in there. The other thing that you want to make sure that you have wherever you go is a universal charger, a converter. You will play yourself and try to plug your cord into a European cord, an Australian cord, wherever you're going. The one I got is super dope. I got it from Amazon for like $25. I'm not gonna link it, search it yourself. It is here. It has 4 ports where you can plug in your charger via USB. But the super dope thing about it is you can use it for Europe, you can use it for the UK, you can use it for Australia. It is a universal charger. So I pack this thing, I leave it in my backpack at all times. It is good for anywhere in the world. So universal charger is one thing you need. So I actually packed all my cords, all my electronic cords in this bag right here that came with my packing cubes, this little case right here. And I like those to be really accessible. So my computer charger, my Apple cords, my camera charger, all that good stuff is gonna go here. I have this thing, and I like to keep it outside of this bag and just keep it really accessible. This is my portable charger. It can charge my phone twice, and I bring this with me wherever I go, wherever I am on my trip, but it goes in my backpack. All this stuff is gonna go in my sleeve, which is in the back of my bag. And then on the plane, it's always good to have a really good book. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is one of my favorite books, so I'll bring that. It's really good to pick a not so hefty book, so it's kind of lighter. This book is a little light compared to some of my thicker books, and you're probably not going to read a whole book during your trip because you'll be out exploring. The other thing is a travel journal. I personally like to write about every place that I've ever been on paper, not in my laptop, not in my phone, and actually just experience and write things down. So I'll throw those in my backpack as well. Meds. This little bag is a bag full of meds, Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol, and just in case I had a little bit too much to drink the night before. And emergency is a really big one. So I keep my meds there, and sometimes I'll pack sleep meds like Unisum, but sometimes Benadryl does the trick. But it's always good to just have medications when traveling because they're really expensive in tourist areas, and you just kind of never know what's going to happen, and the nurse in me just always brings meds. So all my skin products and liquid beauty supplies I keep in one pouch right here. So, and it's already clear so that it could go through security. It's pink clear, but it's clear. So I keep them all together, and I keep my liquid makeup separate from my powder makeup because in Europe, often, especially in London, even if you're only stopping over there, they send your bags through security, and you are only allowed a Ziploc bag full of liquids. Even if it's just a stopover. So it's really annoying to have to separate your makeup, get things thrown out for no reason. So I just separate everything. So my toothpaste, my face wash, all my liquid makeup is inside of here. And then in this bag right here is my powder makeup. My powder makeup or gel makeup or things that are non-liquid that are makeup. I also always keep hand sanitizer in the front of my bag. My headphones are going to stay on me. They're super tiny. I chose these ear pods from Apple just because they're so small and they're easy to pack. I like to keep hand wipes and baby wipes on the go around me at all times for whatever reasons that I may need. A lint roller just because I have a lot of sweaters and things like that, and it's tiny. I got it from the dollar store. It's really small. I put this on the pocket in the side of my bag. And then this is one of my little safety things that I have. I always pack a little extra cash and a credit card or a credit card in here. And I keep that in my backpack. I have my fanny pack on. It has all my passport, all that stuff, but this is just a backup just in case anything happens. So let's not forget any trip didn't happen unless we took a selfie. So I have my selfie stick right here. I'm gonna throw that on the side of my bag. And my camera case goes on the top. So as you can see, my bag is not full yet. So I have room, and you always want to allow room when traveling because you're gonna want to come back with more stuff. So there's still room in my bag. I'll close it tight. I put my positive slogan on there, and it has my name and info just in case anything happens on both my bags. and we are ready to roll. Whether you're going to London, South Africa, Belize, wherever you go, pack light and enjoy the journey.